What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie back with another episode.
Let's go.
Yeah. So today we'll be chatting about kind of our journey, our growth journey over the last 6 months, just kind of talking about what it's been like for us just as smaller creators and getting into that.
Yeah, essentially, we got like a comment on one of our videos that was like, "Oh, you don't get any likes or comments on your videos. Like, what's going on
But you
here?"
have like so many, not so many. You have a good bit of subscribers, but
on like on like
Mhm.
my page,
Yeah.
but really just our second page. But yeah, so it kind of like prompted the thought in my head where I was just like, well, yeah, we've been kind of posting, we've been doing our kind of our own thing, just posting like what we want to post. And so kind of in response, not necessarily in response to that comment, but just for like us generally,
Yeah.
like we kind of are just doing this for the love of the game.
Truly.
We don't
Yeah.
have, we're not at like a monetary element yet. Like we're not, obviously that would be nice. That's obviously hopefully like an end goal, a futuristic goal, but we're not at
Yes,
that point yet.
definitely.
So right now we're kind of just in like grind mode. We're just talking about things that we're watching, that we're interested in, the sports that we're watching, the
Yeah.
teams that we follow. And yeah, we're just
Travels we've done, just like
yeah.
our experiences
hmm
and yeah, just really sharing that in our videos and our episodes and
Exactly. Yeah. And we don't really have like a end goal in mind. We kind of always just assume we'll have stuff to chat about and different topics we can cover, depending on, what's going on in the world, what's going
yeah,
on with our sports team. Like, there's always so many things. There's always going to be new movies coming out. So
definitely.
yeah, so this is just like kind of an outlet for us to chat about some of those things and kind of like share our perspectives. Obviously, like we chat about stuff, a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, like behind the scenes, as they would say. But yeah, we just feel like why not share our perspectives?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. It's
yeah,
just, yeah, just kind of something that we started doing. We
hmm
had so many things to talk about. I
yeah,
mean, Millie is super duper passionate about Manchester United, and that's something that
yes,
we've really
United
built like our pages on, and
facts. Yeah,
talking about that was kind of our
yeah.
first little baby, I guess, for our
Right. And that really
page.
all just started just because, like, if you're a Manchester United fan like myself, the period post Sir Alex Ferguson has been a pretty rough period for Manchester United. Obviously, we've won some trophies here and there, but there's been a lot of turmoil at the club with the owners, with the managers, with all of those
Hmm.
things. And so, yeah, I would essentially always be venting to my parents about what was going on with Manchester United, and my mom would always just be like, "Oh, you need to put your put your ideas out there. Like, stop barking in my ear. Go put your ideas out there." So that was kind of what led me to making like starting like with the Manchester United reviews, which, as Sid mentioned, was kind of like the core and the, like, I don't know, I guess, catalyst of our pages.
Hmm.
um and yeah, that it's kind of gone on from there. We've obviously branched out. United is not always playing
Right, of course.
as
Yeah, we got to talk about something in the off
right, exactly.
season.
Obviously it's the off season, and obviously there are breaks during the season. So yeah, we've kind of made it a goal of ours, and I think we chatted about it after our year review, which was, I don't even know when, months ago at this point.
Yeah.
But whenever our 1 year like anniversary of starting this, we essentially were like, yeah, we made it a goal of ours that we wanted to branch out and talk about more. Obviously with our main focus still, well, not main focus, but our focus still on Manchester United, as
Yeah, just
we'll
at
be.
least making sure we're posting every game day and like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Just because obviously we're watching the games and we're chatting about them during them. We're watching. So of course, like, we want to like share what we thought about
Yes,
those games, and
absolutely.
we'll always, be quick to do that for the United games. But yeah, we also want to chat about other stuff. We're not very one dimensional. We're not just like solely sport focused. Though we have been covering the World Cup and Formula One and obviously
Of
Manchester
course, of
United. So we
course.
have some
There are a lot of
sport.
sports that we can
Yeah.
cover. There are a
Yeah.
lot of sports we can cover, but we've also
Right.
been branching out, doing our TV shows and movie
Yeah,
reviews
exactly.
and
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the places we've been, the travels we've done, the
Exactly.
experiences
And
we've
we have
had
so much that we have yet to
yet to
share.
talk
And
about.
for
Yeah.
us, like, it's also like fun when we are recapping our travels and we're looking back at our old pictures, because it kind of like, it brings back those memories and those feelings you were feeling during those times.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so fun for us to do, because in our normal day to day, you're not just randomly talking about a vacation you had one time.
Right.
Right.
And like,
So
yeah. And I really love the aspect of being able to talk about things and then you will say something that I would have forgotten about otherwise, you know,
right.
and it'll be
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, right. And then do you remember this thing and all, yeah.
Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
just, that has been really fun to be able to chat about
Facts.
our
Yeah. Yeah.
experiences in a more like, someone else could watch this, someone else could learn something from us,
Yeah.
someone else could
Could
like,
travel to one of the same places
yeah,
as
like
us,
find some inspiration from our
Yeah,
travels because we've
exactly.
done a lot.
Yeah, facts. And we've been obviously very fortunate to be able to do
Yes,
so.
very
But yeah,
fortunate.
that's the reason we kind of feel like, the obligation, not necessarily an obligation, but just wanting to share more about that. Because, yeah, I feel like there's always more than meets the eye with people you see passing down the street. And
Definitely.
yeah, we feel like we want to share our stuff. So that's kind of, yeah, a little bit of our like, not I maybe a little bit of our motivation,
Yeah.
whatever. But then like on the football side, as far as like the Manchester United support, like about myself, like I obviously grew up playing football, played here in the United States, played for like, pretty solid teams growing up. And I played Division 1 in college, and got to play against, really top players throughout the country and throughout my 4 years at university playing college soccer. Even, got the chance to play against a player that now is in the Premier League.
Hmm.
My freshman year when we played against Wake Forest, one of their players eventually went on to play for Leeds.
Wow.
So yeah, so I've played, the sport at, not the highest level, obviously never touched the professional game at all, but still played at a higher level in college and at the Division 1 level. And growing up, I always watched the Premier League with my dad, with my older brothers. And, they were Chelsea fans, at least my older brothers were. My dad's an Arsenal fan, long standing since the Arsene Wenger days. But I was always a Manchester United fan. I was the one outlier in the house.
Your mom,
Yeah, my
Manchester
mom,
City.
yeah, as a
You're
City
like, we don't
fan,
even want
but
to
yeah,
talk about.
but yeah, so I, yeah, grew up with Manchester United, fell in love with, the classic Manchester United names, the Beckham, the Giggs, the Ronaldo, like the Carrick, those were the Scholes, like
Mm.
Rooney, of course, naturally. But yeah, so that was what I kind of grew up on. I grew up watching those guys play, watching Manchester United fight in the Premier League every week, fight in the Champions League. That was what I grew up on. We always watched footy in our household. It was really the primary sport of our household. So that's like where my love of the game comes from, kind of the passion that I've had since, like retiring from football myself. I still kick around. And if you're on my page, I do my daily juggles and everything. So I still get touches on the ball, every once in a while just to make sure I keep it sharp. But yeah, since then, this is kind of how this is my outlet for the passion that I have for football. Though I don't play anymore, I'm still watching and still care about the sport immensely.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a little bit about why the football element is such a big part of what we do and what we talk about, and where my love of the game comes from my older brothers, from my dad, and watching the Prem growing up.
Awesome. I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you for sharing that, Mandy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people will talk about the game and
Mhm.
from a elevated perspective, you can really touch on a lot from like
Yeah.
your time actually playing the sport and analyzing the sport
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, and thankfully, I played a lot of positions as well in college. I went to college as a center back, but ended up playing right back, left back, and a lot of defensive midfield. So yeah, I've bounced around all over the pitch. So I kind of, in my youth days, I played forward at some time. So I've got, I like to think I can look at these things objectively, and yeah, look at the sport. I don't know.
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, because you can look at it from a player's perspective for
Yeah, as
sure.
like both, a
Yeah,
player and a fan, like, because I
definitely.
definitely am understanding when like things happen, because shit used to happen to me. Hell, I mean, I've scored own goals, like, like,
Yeah, I
it'd
hear
be
you.
crazy crazy not to acknowledge that those sorts of things happen. So it's also just like about, the players, like understanding the player element, their side, the amount of work that goes into the fitness, the training, like all of those sorts of things. And yeah, I can definitely attest to some of what they go to, from at least my little experience.
Yeah, more than little, but yeah.
And yeah, and you can attest to, since we've been doing your footy lessons, that it's pretty tough.
It is tough. It is tough. I
Yeah.
have been learning how to juggle. And
Yeah,
it's
but just
been,
like also
well, also,
passing,
yeah, like
and
passing, just like little drills here and there
yeah,
that Millie will put on for
exactly.
me.
And I know we haven't talked about our travels to Rotterdam yet, but just a quick little glimpse into that. We had a little field, a turf field near us in Rotterdam.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, so we would go out there, kick around,
Jesus.
hang out, and I was, getting Sid acclimated, getting the ball to her feet.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's got some good passing, good shots, working on the juggles now. So yeah, we're footy fans over here.
Yes.
Obviously the World Cup's been in full swing. Naturally had to talk about the World Cup. I mean, it only comes once every 4
years. Yeah, for real. So had to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been getting touch
doing everything.
And just has been really cool, just growing our channel and talking about all of our
stuff.
Yeah.
And to the people who are with us, who are following us, who have subscribed, we really appreciate you. Obviously,
Yes,
we
thank
have
you.
our end goal in mind, and we appreciate your views, your follows, your nice comments. We definitely see those don't go unnoticed.
Facts.
And yeah, we appreciate that. We're not out here trying to achieve any level of stardom or anything, nothing like that. Like, we're really just out here to share our experiences and our viewpoints. So anybody who's following along with us, we appreciate that. We're fully unscripted, unfunded, unsponsored.
Yeah.
We're just out here doing it for the love of the game, for real.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And I mean, on that point, we have adjusted how we've done our content over time, which has been really cool as well. Just like learning how to be more, I guess, more, at least for myself, just like more natural and organic with the flow of the conversation, and not like get too in my head about, oh, I made a mistake or I said something that I didn't like or whatever. Just kind of letting it go and moving on, almost just like whatever.
Just kind of
Mistakes
going with
happen.
it.
We
Yeah,
are humans.
facts. Yeah, exactly. And that's really like the main thing for us. We just want to have kind of our natural conversations and flow with it. And in the future, maybe we'll see if we can eventually grow to the point where we can get a Rashford on, or someone like that, to come have a conversation with us. I think that would be really cool. But that's going to be in the future for sure. But those are the sorts of things that we're leaving ourselves open to, and hoping that time will come. If you've been here from the very beginning, we've changed a lot. Everything on our pages has changed a lot. Obviously my dog passed away, so that also shifted kind of the trajectory of the things that I was posting as well. And then also like taking a break from social media while dealing with all of that. So, we've had a lot going on, but we're still pushing through, and we're still, doing this again, just because, just to share, more about us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
fake it till you make it vibe. So we just wanted to share that. Those were kind of our thoughts on the last 6 months in our growth trajectory and our effort with our channel. Definitely stay tuned. We have a lot of things coming, more football matches, more Manchester United, more Formula One, more movies, more of our travel experiences, more of our cities we've been to experiences. We plan to make content about all of that. We're just getting through it. We've got a ton to talk about. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So if you made it this far,
thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.